Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I feel like I haven't made a video in a while and I think it's because I'm slumping. I am slumping really hard and I've had quite a few books on the go that I've had on the go for a while and I am struggling to pick them up. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad books, it's just I can't DNF. And I really wish I hadn't got this arbitrary rule in my head that was like, no Ray, once you've got past a certain point of a book you have to finish it. But in order to get these books off my TBR, in order to get rid of them, in order to feel like I've actually given them a good go, I need to finish the books. It's just, I'm just looking at them and it's like, I can't bring myself to do it. So yes, I am in a bit of a slump and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the books that I am struggling to get through at the moment. But I do have a video coming up quite soon, one that I'm planning to film after I've been book shopping tomorrow. So, and this is going to be compiling my autumn TBR. So basically books for me to read in autumn. Autumn is like the book lovers, the best season for all of us. We all enjoy it. I kind of feel like even if I didn't like pumpkin spice, I don't feel like I'd be able to tell you. I feel like I just have to pretend. It's kind of part of our culture. We all have to like pumpkin spice. Yeah, I will be doing a little assembling my TBR video. Gonna show you the different categories of books I'm gonna hopefully be reading, and you can tell me which ones you think are the ones I should prioritise, because every time I do a big TBR video, do I stick to it? Do I heck? But I'm going to the bookshop tomorrow, so what autumn books, or fall books for my US buddies, which book should I pick up? What do I need to read this autumn? If you drop me a comment, tell me the books I need to pick up when I go to Nottingham tomorrow to do some shopping. And I may or may not buy them, depending on what you suggest. Now, one good thing that did happen though is that the Illumicrate version of Farseer Trilogy has arrived, and I'm wearing my, it's not Fitz and the Fool, my my hoodie in tribute to Realm of the Elderlings. Look at this little, it says beloved on it. Absolutely love this. But when I unwrap these books, and these are not the most expensive versions of these books that you can buy. They were actually, I think, pretty reasonably priced to say that they're a 10th anniversary version, and you get all three, and the art is so nice. It's on the covers, it's on the end papers, and I'll show you. This one actually made me cry, and it's probably just 'cause I'm a bit soppy at the moment, but this is Assassin's Apprentice. But the one that really got me in the feels was the picture on the back. You've got Burrick and Nosy, and oh, and they've got nice spreaders as well. But I think everyone's getting a little bit like spreaders are on everything now, and I used to be obsessed, but there's only a certain amount of spreading you can do before it gets, you know, a bit much. And if you look at the pictures underneath, we have lovely cover art on all of them. I need to find something to kind of protect these with, but it just really, it looks like the scenes painted in the books, and I don't have a very visual way of reading. Like, I don't see very strong pictures in my head. I don't have full aphantasia, but I'm much more closer to the no pictures side than the like a movie playing in my head side. So sometimes when I actually see art that does actually look like how I imagined it when I'm reading it, how I feel it to be, it can be quite emotional. So I love these. I think they're beautiful additions. I'll just do a quick show. There's Royal Assassin. It's got like scenes, and the end papers are gorgeous too. I can't remember if there's any spoilers in the end paper, so I won't show off the end papers. But they're all very well coordinated, and I just love them. Is that supposed to be Fitz on the back? Actually, I'm not sure. He doesn't look like how I imagined him on there, if that's him. But no, like I say, they're my favourite series of all time, and I don't often get particularly emotionally attached to, like, a book has to be really good for me to, like, for it to matter to me this much. So yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. Now the books that I've got on the go at the moment, or more like not on the go at the moment, the one I'm struggling to pick up most, unfortunately, is Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. Now, this book is sci-fi, it's literary, but there are some reasons why I'm finding it hard, because it's not really propelling me into the story. And I think it's because things are happening, but they're not really foreshadowed at all. So I'm going in kind of not really knowing what to expect, but then there's nothing exciting enough to kind of distract me along the way. It's kind of a book within a book. So the author in question, who is Zelu, and she has written a book about robots. She is paraplegic after an accident that she had when she was a child, and she uses a wheelchair, and her family are not the most supportive. And although, like I say, there are almost definitely families where literally every single person is not supportive of your decisions and kind of, you know, seeing you in a certain way that's quite unfair. So you do feel for Zelu being surrounded by people who are kind of, you know, not really being like, well, okay, I'm a bit worried about this thing that you're doing, but, you know, let me know if I can help you. It's very much kind of making it all about them, and it's not very pleasant, which is probably one of the things that's actually more of a kind of story. But one thing I really hate is books within books, and I hated it when Margaret Atwood did it in The Blind Assassin. I really don't like it, and just because it reminds me that I'm reading fiction, and I like to be able to submerge myself in a story. And also the flipping between the two. Neither of these narratives are particularly compelling, but as soon as I kind of slip into one of them, it's like it's ripped away and I have to pay attention to the other one. So I kind of feel either give us Rusted Robots or give us the backstory. And especially since Rusted Robots is supposed to be this amazing, groundbreaking kind of book of the century, you know, all the publishers are fighting for it. And you read it and it's just a very averagey sci-fi story so far. So will it pick up? According to the reviews, possibly not. There's a lot of debate to be had probably about this one in terms of, well, it depends where the narrative's going to go. I am not far enough into it to know what the moral of the story is, whether there is a moral of the story, whether there are any twists to come. Have you read this book? Does it get any better? It's a really beautiful edition. I'm about 40% of the way in, but I am finding it a little bit of a slog, and I think it's just because there isn't really a hook. I read Lagoon by the same author, which really brought Lagos to life. I really, you know, enjoyed that about it. And I liked the first half of it, but then I think it lost its way in the second half a little bit. So I was hoping, because this one it's been blurbed by George R.R. Martin himself. Amazing author. Yeah, it's got some big names blurbing it, but I'm not feeling it so far, and it's a shame because I really wanted to. Anyway, I'm also reading, and this is an amazing book. I'm reading Endling, and yeah, this is fantastic. The same problem in that it uses auto-fictional elements which take you out of the story. Sorry, I didn't mean auto-fictional, I meant metafictional. And when you've got metafictional elements within a story, it does take you out of it. In Maria Reva's case, she does it in a way that is so slick and so seamless and so fascinating that you kind of let her get away with it. Do I think it would be better if we just got the story where it was like, you know, just following the kind of snail road trip kidnapping plan? I love the snail when it went into the metafictional elements, I was like, give me back my story. I am invested in my story, give it back to me. So this is absolutely fantastic. I think this is definitely going to make the shortlist unless she really drops the ball. I've got that much left to go, probably about 70% through. Unless she really drops the ball on this one, this is going to be a shortlist for the Booker, and I will be hopefully doing a full review soon. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this one. I'm going to use it for wild animals for Herkyed, and also for asexual character or representation, because one of the main characters is asexual. Yeah, the snail Lefty, he's our wild animal that is taking place in the story there. So I'm really loving this one. The only reason I'm finding this one I've not breezed through it is because it is set in the war, and it is set in on the background of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and it is very, very difficult to read about, especially since the author has kind of personal experience that she is putting into the book, and the way that she kind of reminds us of that background as well is it's very heartbreaking. So this is one to watch, and yeah, I'm really, well, I say I'm enjoying the heist that's going on, and yeah, I'm not entirely sure exactly what direction that's going in, but I'm really enjoying that one. I was going to start All's Well by Mona Awad. This again is for the disability representation prompt for Herkyed. I read the first chapter of this book and related a little bit too hard. It's about a character who has chronic pain and wants her life back. And yeah, I think anyone who's suffered with their health will be able to relate to the character's struggles. So I'm not very far into that one yet, and I think it's going to be a bit of a difficult one. So I think maybe, like, I wanted to do, like I was very much doing, made some really good progress on the subgenres prompts. I'm, like I say, reading a lot of books with disability representation, but this one might be a little bit difficult. And also I find the way that Mona Awad writes can be a little bit, I'm not sure if she's kind of parodying the kind of sexist ways of thinking of the 90s, or if that's how, I'm not sure if just all her characters think in that way, or if we're getting a little bit of her way of thinking there. It's difficult sometimes. Like I say, Bunny was amazing, but I absolutely loathed her first novel. So, but we've got We Love You Bunny coming out soon. So I think that will be arriving. And yeah, I didn't know Bunny needed a sequel. Once I've read it, we'll find out whether it did or not. But yeah, another book I've been reading this for so long. Oh my goodness. Why? I've been on the same chapter. I'm on page 104 and I've been on page like 90 something for the last kind of 2 months. Solenoid. I don't know what this is about. I think it's good. It's kind of poetic and Kafkaesque, but they're in an abandoned factory at the moment, and you have to pay attention to the descriptions, and because not a lot is happening, it's kind of difficult to motivate myself to pick it up. And this is I just can't do it, and it's got like another 600 pages left to go. But it's not bad. It's not bad writing. It's actually pretty intriguing. And I think once I get back into it, once I find a way past this particularly difficult chapter, I'm hoping that it'll be, you know, plain sailing again. But I've just got stuck. I got absolutely stuck. And I know that if I put it down, I'm not going to read the first 100 pages again. I'm not going to want to go and do that. So I have to keep going with it. It's still on my reading list. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Maggie Nelson. I normally love Maggie Nelson. This is a kind of collection of her writings for newspapers and emails between friends. And so far it's just people emailing her telling her how great she is. So, and reviewing books in a way that is quite inaccessible. So we'll see. I hope that it goes somewhere else. The reviews on Goodreads aren't really like making me feel encouraged. I loved Bluettes, and I liked Something Bright Then Holes as well. I like her as a poet, and I've got the Argonauts on my shelf and On Freedom, which I think I'll probably be a little bit more interested to pick up, because I think this is just going to be, you know, when someone's a successful writer and they try and pull various writings from them from all over the place and try and compile it into a united work. Nice cover, but I fear it might be one of those. I'm also still reading The Eye of the World and Fourth Wing, two completely different fantasy novels. So we've got Fourth Wing, which is the incredibly popular TikTok and Instagram and millions of people and midnight openings for the third release. Romantasy, that's kind of got a little bit of the old, like, the main character is very much Anastasia Steele, like they have the same inner monologue. And yeah, so it's like 50 Shades of Dragons. There's not been anything, well, the thing is that we're in this world and we're supposed to believe that it's really dangerous and that people are dying all over the place, but it doesn't make sense. If you're setting up a school to train people for combat, just kind of killing off as many students as you can and just like not having any kind of, not kind of trying to, it's just not how a school would be run for combat, I don't feel. I don't know. But, so I have questions about the way that this organisation is being run. The main guy, yeah, oh, why do I like him? I like him. I like him. He's a good, he's looking after her. Oh, that is, oh, despite myself, I am enjoying aspects of this, but it is quite long and drawn out for something that should be a bit more kind of fast-paced and action-packed, I feel. I have heard that the series goes downhill. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not barreling through it like I expected to. And The Eye of the World I'm loving. It's epic. Well, I say I'm loving it. It's not, like I say, it's not I'm not Game of Thrones Realm of the Elderlings loving it, but it is still the epic fantasy, the kind of heavily influenced by Tolkien, very much kind of its time, of its vibe, and of its magic system, and lots of the tropes, which may not have been so tropey back then, because, but I don't really know. It was 90s, I think, that Wheel of Time was kind of coming into its popularity. I am reading that with Becky and Dave, who are very, very kindly paused after the first book, so that they're actually waiting for me, even though they've been finished for about a month or two. They're waiting for me, so thank you so much, guys, for waiting. I will be giving you my thoughts shortly, and we can go on to book 2 together and read the whole series. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying going along for the ride. Some bits more than others. Some of it's a bit sloggy. And it's hard to believe that people in the inns are getting that excited if someone turns up with a recorder and starts, you know, jamming away. it's like yeah, jamming away to the wind that shakes the barley or whatever. But I'm enjoying it. It's good. And the last chapter, I was I'm over halfway through, and yeah. But it's still, you have to be in the mood to read it. So I need to get this lot out the way. I'm going to be hopefully doing a reading retreat soon. I need to read some autumnal books, some things that I can really get lost in. I need some escapism, guys. I need some story, some escapism, and I need some books that I'm not kind of having to physically kind of force myself to read. So, and like I said, I've got quite a few that I'm very excited about, and I will be telling you all about those. Hopefully I'll be able to post that video at the weekend. I will take you downstairs for that one, because most of the books that I've got, the closer to my TBR, the higher up the TBR, the lower down in the house they get. So I've got like a new little rotating bookshelf. I'll show you some options and you can tell me what you think I should be getting into. The genres I'm particularly interested in are cozy fantasy, cozy romance. Maybe not so much romance, to be fair. Maybe some murders instead, yeah. Some mystery, I like some gothic fiction. But basically, I think I've been a bit too serious with my reading recently, and I want some books that are going to uplift me and get me turning those pages. So some mystery, maybe some murder, and obviously when it gets to Christmas time, you'll get my Christmas crime annual contribution. But yeah, what should I get from the bookshop tomorrow? Do let me know. And yeah, help me out of my slump, guys, because I am slumping hard. Take care, and I'll catch it with you soon. Bye bye.